Okay, hi everyone, welcome back. So very quickly, we'll get into this. So while I'm doing this, I'll share a bit more on what we should be looking for when we're actually drawing these caricatures. Okay, so let's zoom in here, and we'll start with this one. So this will be more of a detailed look. Okay, here we go. So one of the other things that we should be looking out for is this area here, the eye and the nose. This is what's called the T shape in caricature drawing. And this shape here is pretty important. Okay, so we looked at the head shape, the five different shapes. Then now we're looking at the T. And also one other thing, just quickly to keep in mind, is whether the head is top heavy, bottom heavy, or it's all equal. Okay, so for this one, it's all obvious. In this one, you can see it's top heavy. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make him top heavy. Okay, so and we'll keep the shape very simple. What we'll do is we'll try not to slant it too much, like it is here. So because it's top heavy, what we want to do is exaggerate that top heaviness, and so that's the T shape right there. So we have that kind of sharp nose. Okay, and the bottom of the ear finishes above the nose, and it comes to about close to the eyebrow line, but it sticks out. So this one is actually going to be the complete, like a complete caricature, but I'll just show you what I'm thinking about. So let's go quickly and just put the neckline in. Now his neck is kind of long, so that's what we'll do. We'll just exaggerate just a little bit, but not too much. And we'll put his clothes in. Okay, and let's go ahead and we'll put his hair in and exaggerate that so it comes out like that. And just remember, try and keep the shape the same. So that's what I'm doing. So the part in the hair is right there. So that's where I'm going to put the part in the hair here. Okay. And then we have the eyes. So we'll put the eyes in right there. So that's the line for the eyes, which is pretty close to where the ears start, where it joins to the skull. And as you can see, it's starting to look like the person. So let's give him those lines. And they come pretty close. Now remember, his jaw kind of slants a little bit to the right. So that's what we're going to do. This one comes a lot straighter there. So we're going to slant this one a little bit. And we'll give him that smile that he has. Now this is a slight exaggeration. It's not a major one. And the choice is yours, and it's also the customer's actually. Sometimes whenever I do live caricatures, I will ask if they want an extremely exaggerated caricature or just a type like a normal kind of caricature, like just a little bit exaggerated. And most of the time, funny enough, probably not for other people, but for me, they actually draw something, want something that's not that exaggerated. Okay, but that's probably just the customers that I will work with. For editorial purposes, most of them ask for like totally outrageous. Okay, so the bottom of the ear, the earlobe there is kind of prominent, so we'll pull that out a bit. Okay, and his eyebrows are kind of thick, but they're not close to the eyes, so we'll move that up a bit, just like that. Okay. So this is all going on in your head before you even put your pencil to paper, and I'll show you how I do that later. But the thing is that takes a lot of practice. So first of all, just go ahead and do these under sketches as a practice, or even if you want to go ahead and do live caricatures and you think your caricatures are actually looking good, go ahead. I mean, do the under sketch as long as you get the result that you want. Because if you do the under sketch and then you use a ink pen on top of it, you can go ahead and erase it. You know, there's no worry, the ink won't get erased. Okay, so we have the under drawing here, and it's kind of looking like the person. Okay, so now we have the placement of the features. So that we've exaggerated the placement of the features, the distance between the nose and the mouth. Um, you know, we've exaggerated the feature itself, like the ear. You know, it's kind of a little bit bigger. We've exaggerated the head. You know, it's kind of top heavy, a lot, and then we've exaggerated the hair a bit. We've stylized it. So there we go. So that's the under drawing. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we'll just drop that down a bit. And we'll go ahead and ink this. So what I'll do is, I'm not sure about you, but I have particular brushes and stuff that I use when I'm inking and things. So it goes from, you know, dark to light and so forth. And yeah, from thin to thick, just like that. Okay. And I have settings set in a particular way that kind of suits me. For you, whatever works for you is fine. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and we'll ink this a bit, but we'll keep our eye on this, and I'll show you what I'm looking at when I'm doing these. Okay, let's go back into that brush. So what I'm looking at first is, when I'm drawing the eye, is that shape, okay? Because that's the first stroke that I'm going to put in. When I'm doing it, I want to keep it exact. Now the eye's been exaggerated, so it's going to be a lot, probably a lot smaller than what it is in real life. But even though it's a lot smaller, I want to make sure that it looks the same. So if the tear duct area over there is kind of big, I'll actually keep it like that. I'll keep it, you know, like it takes up quite a bit of space. Okay, and then look at his eye, his iris. Okay, where it starts, where it finishes, where the highlight is. Okay, where the pupil is, just right there. And look at that eyelash. It's kind of very dark. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make sure that eyelash area is dark, and then look at the fold over the eye. So we'll keep that fold over the eye. Okay, you can see there, just inside there. So those are the things we're thinking about. Look at the bag under the eye. Okay, we'll go ahead and simplify that just with a few strokes. Now for him, there's that prominent kind of shadow area underneath there, and I don't think that's his eyelash though. Okay, but we'll go ahead and just state it simply just with a kind of faint line. And here's a few kind of laugh line there. So we'll go ahead, we've done that one. We'll go ahead and jump into the next eye. So with the next eye, what you want to see is this eye is actually bigger than this one. Okay, and we'll actually do that. We'll keep it the same. Now, some people do feel self-conscious, tripping over my words. They do feel self-conscious about like those kind of things, like their eyes not being symmetrical and so forth. But when you draw it, you don't have to exaggerate it that much. But go ahead and show that, you know, it is different. And when you do, it'll actually look more like the person itself. Okay. So there we go. And you know, it kind of looks at this the same, and that's what you want to do. You want to keep it the same. Okay. There we go. And look where this nose, where that shadow line kind of bends there. So that's what we want to keep there. We don't want to give him a skinny bridge if he doesn't have one. Okay, so whatever's there is what we're going to draw, or what we're going to exaggerate. We'll go ahead and do his nose. Okay, his nostril. And then we'll exaggerate that hook in his nose. just like that. Okay, so it's not an extreme exaggeration, as you can see. And then his eyebrows, now you can see it just comes to almost where the, right there, where the end of the eye is. So it starts off kind of faint, and then it goes darker, and then from there it fades, and then stops. Okay, so we want to keep those kind of things the same, and yeah, kind of notice those things. Okay, same thing here. Thick there, goes up just a little bit, then thins out, and then it disappears, just like that. Okay, so we're coming pretty close to the end here. Okay, so we'll take that smile. Now, normally when I'm doing caricatures on the streets, I'll take about 5 minutes to do one, but because I'm explaining everything here, I'm trying to, you know, think at the same time and draw and also explain and make sure that you're understanding everything. Okay, so that shadow area, you know, just keep that one in mind too when you're drawing. Shadows are our friends. They'll help us kind of establish certain things when we're drawing. Okay, so let's go in. Try to look there. Now look at the teeth, okay, and the way it's shaped. So you count the teeth 1, 2, 3, 4, and this one is 1, 2, 3. See, that'll come in handy. So we'll go 1, 2, and the third one. Then just shadow, just darken there, and the same thing on this side. 1, 2. So after the second one, you have a sharp tooth. So 1, 2, and this one's sharp. Okay, that, and then you have a small kind of sharp one in there. And that's it. Okay, and this rest is all shadow there. Then you have the gum, which is really not noticeable on him. So we'll just put just a line on the top there just to show that. So you can see the smile is kind of coming to be the same thing. And so that's what I was talking about when I said, you know, creating that likeness. So we know how to draw it already, but we just have to kind of notice where to put the particular things we learned how to draw. Okay, just placing those. There we go. And there's a line that comes from there. Okay, we'll keep that the same, just like that. And there's this line here. There's a line that comes there, just like that. So we'll go and darken this underside of his chin, just like that. Okay. Bring this here. Now here you can notice it comes in like that. Let me show you. Just like that. Okay, so that's what we're going to be kind of looking for, but we won't do it too much, just a little bit. There we go. And then we'll continue this up here. And let's go ahead and do his ears. Okay, so we see it coming that way, and look at that shape. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and then it comes up. Try that again. 1, that shape there. Okay, so that's the shape that we want to exaggerate. And then it's yellow. It's right there. And the same thing on this side. So once you've drawn the first one, I mean, do keep in mind to look at the second one, but sometimes, you know, you have artistic license to just make both ears look the same, unless it's totally obvious that it's not. Okay, like he has one missing ear or something. Okay. Okay, so here we go, you know, that tube that wraps around, and then we have that Y shape that comes here. Okay, so you can notice all these things when you're, like, once you've learned how to draw the likeness of a person. So let's come in and let's do the hairline here. So with his hairline, I mean, there's really not much mystery to it, you know. Just copy whatever's there, you know, copy it as close as you can. That's it, with as few lines as you can. There we go. Let's bring this in. Now, when it comes to doing illustrations or editorial cartoons, or you know, whatever it is that you're doing, you might actually sketch it out a few times and get a few different results. And so what happens is, from that, then you choose, you know, whatever you think is the best one, you know, that most represents the character of the person, and then you go ahead and use that one. But if when you're doing things live, you know, you won't always get the perfect caricature too, you know, because the thing is, after drawing for so long and you know, concentrating for so long, there is a danger of kind of having all your characters kind of look the same. That's why it's important to try and have at least a 5 minute break and stuff every hour to kind of get you back into a mode where you can more concentrate on what you're doing. And then yeah, and then your characters won't suffer because of that. So try and get some rest. I mean, unless you've done it for so long and you're very used to it, and you're able to just keep that level of concentration throughout you know, 9 hours of drawing caricatures or whatever it is, then yeah, I think go ahead, have fun. It's up to you. It's just these tips are just for like whoever's beginning and whatnot. So okay, so as you can see, kind of looks like the person a bit. And so the shading in this part kind of helps out if you're gonna be doing a quick shade. Okay, and I probably might do a quick one for you. So I hope everyone's been enjoying the videos, okay, and that you're getting something out of it, because that's what it's all about, you know, all about providing information for people so they can go ahead and do better caricatures and better drawings, because that's what I want to see. You know, I want to see lots of people out there actually drawing awesome caricatures, because really not about it's not about me and me trying to make money, you know. I want all the caricature artists out there to be really good, and for them to make you know, as much as they can out of what they do and out of what they love to do. Okay, so let's move into this quickly. So we'll do this bottom part very quick. Get this done out of the way, because yeah, this caricature DVD is on how to draw the face and not everything else. So I'll just state it very simply. Okay, so there we go. Yep, all done. So there, so that's one done and out of the way. So let's hide this blue, so there you can see. So as I said, you know, if we were to let me put a quick shade in it. So this is how we shade it. Show you just really quickly how, you know, things can change when you do add a bit of shadow. Okay, so this is just a quick and dirty shadow. It's nothing specific. Okay, there we go. Kind of following the shadow that's already there. Okay, so it kind of helps make the caricature look a little bit more like the person. There we go. Okay, so that's just a quick shading. As I said, it's not going to be very detailed shading. So when you do that, it does help make the caricature look a little bit more like the person. So there we go. So that's caricature number 1, and that's what you're thinking about when you're doing those things. So let's quickly move on to the next one, which is this lady. Okay, and we'll look at where is that pencil? Okay, let's grab that pencil there. Oh, sorry, let me hide that. Okay. Okay, so with this lady, so I'll go ahead and draw it really quickly for you. And in the next one, I probably won't do much explaining. I'll go straight into the drawing. Okay. So here we go. We have this rounded shape. So we'll kind of make a round bottom jaw. Then we have that the bottom chin, which is kind of rounded. Then we have her hairline, just like that. Okay. And she's smiling, so she has this this big cheeks there. Okay, and so that'll make her nose kind of seem a little bit smaller. Then we have that coming in there, eyebrows, and then her eyes are sitting on top of her cheeks, just like that. Okay, so that's and you can see her mouth there. That's the shape there. Push down a bit. There we go. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing. Okay, when I'm looking at this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and sketch it out really quickly. So I was just showing you what I was seeing. So I'll go ahead and draw it. Okay. Start with the eyes there. Okay. Eyebrows. Come there. Have a nose. Have like a button nose there. It's kind of almost tilted up a bit, just like that. You have that smile. So her cheek comes like that. So that will exaggerate that one. You have a mouth in that shape, keeping the shape the same. So her teeth come out that way. So bottom lip right there. And that's the bottom of her bottom lip. That's the top, which is kind of thin. And she has that bottom chin there. Okay, and then she has that rounded face right there. Give her that cheek and bring her jawline in there. Okay, so that's kind of what it looks like there. And then she has that there. Cheeks coming in like that too. She has that line there, just showing, you know, like her smile and stuff. So we'll exaggerate that. And so there we go. So that's the inside of her face. So we'll actually move this to the side just a little bit so we can fit everything in. And then that's her hair. So just remember what these things look like when you're drawing them and try and keep them the same. remember those eyelashes. So I said you can sketch these things out. Sketch these things out before you draw them. Okay, so that's really quickly. So what we're going to do is we'll get into inking. So here I'm cutting out like most of the underdrawing part. So first of all, we did a very detailed underdrawing. Now it's just a suggestive underdrawing. And the next one, there'll be like no underdrawing, and we'll go straight into the inking part. Okay. So that's what we're going to do right now. We'll go straight into the inking. So here's where we want to zoom in and kind of look at the eye and make sure that the eye is the same. Okay, look at that eye. Look at the slant in the eye. Okay, so it doesn't go up. It's almost straight across. So we'll actually keep that. Sorry. So we'll actually keep that. Okay, because we want to create that likeness. So it's going straight. Okay, from the tear duct to the tip of the end of the eye right there. You have that crease of the eye. Tear duct right there. Then it comes up a bit and then down because she's smiling. Just like that. So that's, we have that there. Then the bag under the eye. And we'll go ahead and put those eyelashes in. And exaggerate those just a little bit. Because we can. Okay, put the eyelashes in there. So that's done for that eye. And we'll go ahead and do the second eye. Now if you notice, look at the second eye, okay, and that one. They're almost similar, so we'll kind of keep them similar. But we'll still look at them to draw. So you have, this one's a little bit turned up at the edge there, right there. So we'll do that. You have that crease over the eye. Let's put those eyelashes in. Okay. Tear duct, and that kind of smile. So it goes up and then down. Also because of the shape of the eyeball. Okay. Give it some eyelashes there. And you have, so try and keep all these creases and stuff like going in the same shape. So this one's like a arrow facing that way, just like that. Okay. And we'll go ahead and quickly just put her iris and those highlights in. So she's got one, two highlights there. Keep that one there and do the same thing on the other side. Two. So that's done there. And if you notice, like what we were talking about before, it's just hitting the top of the iris there, and this one's sorry, the top of the pupil. Bottom eyelid's hitting the bottom of the iris right there. Okay, and as I said, you know, that's generally what happens. So we'll just quickly so look at the shape of you see that top corner there is a lot higher. See the bottom there, it goes up, and that's typical with women. So remember what we were looking at when we were drawing on the topic of drawing hair. We learned how to draw eyebrows and how women's eyebrows are different from men's. And yeah, there's that peak up here, like they have a bigger one. Okay, we'll go back to this one. Okay. So one of the most important things is for you to have fun. When you begin, you probably might not get a likeness that much, and that really doesn't matter. So just be careful sometimes too, like who you show your work to, because some people can help and some people won't help. Like they'll just criticize just because they're having a bad day, you know, and your work might actually be pretty good. So whenever people criticize you, just don't worry about them, because you know they're not doing that to help you. So if they're not going to help you, then they're what they're yeah. Anyway, Okay, so let's look at this nose again. Okay, and then look at where that nostril is. So as I said, we'll try and keep what you want to do is try and keep that lightness as much as you can. And that tip under the nose is very kind of sharp there, so that's what we'll, just like that. And so she has that remember that the bulb on the nose we were talking about, that circular thing. Okay, so hers looks like that, comes down like that. And remember that shadow area I was talking about, like how to draw it on the nose. Okay, so we're going pretty good. Now let's go to that smile. Okay, so remember that shape there. Then it comes for that cheek there, comes like this, right? Comes out. So this area is kind of very, it's got quite a bit of shade because it does go in quite a bit. So we'll actually emphasize that. Okay, there. And it's the same on the other side. And there we go. So that's that one. So you can see it's kind of similar, and because we're keeping the features the same and just exaggerating it just a little bit, and then keeping all the different shapes the same, we're creating that likeness even though it is exaggerated. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw that lip in. So that's the top. Okay, so we'll just form the boundaries, and the bottom comes in here. Okay, and then we have the top and bottom teeth. So as I said, count the teeth: 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so, and where's the center? Look at the bottom of the nose. It actually comes at an angle like that. Okay, so we'll take that coming in at an angle. So that's the center of the teeth right there. That's 1. So there's 4 on this side. 1, 2, 3, and keep your eye on the shape when you're drawing it. 5. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this one's 5. 1. Now look at the one on this side. You can see it's higher, so we move this one up. 2, and then it comes down again here. 3. So we want to keep those shapes the same. Okay, 3 and 4 and 5. And then here we go for the gums. So her gums is almost halfway down. So just above that halfway line, we'll come in for the gums. Now look at the angle of her teeth. Okay, so this one's they're coming out like that. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. 1, 2, and the third one is almost straight. That's what we'll do. Straight, and then you have the gum there again. There we go. Let's erase this stick there. There. And so let's look at the other one and do the same thing. 1. Stop counting. Just draw. Okay, there we go. So that's that. So that wasn't too hard, was it? And the bottom of the lip. Sorry, the bottom of the lip. Okay, just like that. Have this one come in. So that's that. And Let's go ahead and put these cheek lines in here. Draw that jawline. Okay, so look at that. It comes out just a bit there. It's like some like a little bit of chubbiness there. Just remember she has a very fine line there, like a dimple line. And check the other side. She does, not very noticeable in the photo, but she does. So we'll put that in there. So there we go. She has one there too, and this line comes. Okay, so that one's done. Let's go to this jawline here. This one comes out a bit too. You have your chin right there. Okay, so we'll just zoom out just a little bit so we can get the rest of it done. So there we go. Okay, so that's let's go ahead and put the hair in. So with the hair, I'm not gonna really, probably won't be talking that much because really isn't much to say about the hair other than what we had talked about before on how to draw it. It's just trying to keep see it properly so that you can draw it properly. That's all. Yeah, and keeping it as similar as you can. Okay, so the more hair, the longer it normally takes to draw the hair. So yeah, but I'll keep going just so you can have this to look at. So I'll actually give her a bit of a collar there for her shirt. It comes down. Okay. Okay, so let's go back to the hair. There we go. So we're getting pretty close to being finished with this one. Okay, so there we go. So that one's pretty much done. That's how it looks. So there we go. So hopefully you've been getting something out of this one. There. There you go. So that's just a quick one. We can keep on going into this and adding to it, and, like drawing that ear and the earring that's there. But hopefully you're getting the gist of all this stuff. Okay. So if you were to put a little bit of shade in this, it would help. Actually, let me do that. Do that very quickly. Okay. So I'll just do it for like the hair, just there. And the nose area, and yeah, and so forth. So it'll just help. Oh, I got that other layer. Sorry. Okay, that's better. Let's try that again. I was wondering why it wasn't getting so dark. Okay. There we go. So it's especially helpful like when it comes to shading in the gums so that people can see that it's a gum, and the lips, trying for the lipstick and stuff like that, then the top lip. Okay, so there we go. And then as I said, you can keep on going in and shading it and drawing and whatnot. So there we go. So there's no end to it, and that's one of the skills, knowing when to stop. Because for artists, sometimes we can overdo it quite a bit, especially if we care a lot about the work that we're doing. Yeah, we have to try and find that happy medium where we're happy with what it is, and just don't go overboard with it. Okay, so that's it. So in the next video, what I'll do is I'll just go straight into the inking, and I'll show you like how that's done. Like how you can just use the brush or whatever pen or whatever it is you have, and just go straight into the inking part and not even think about, not even do much thinking, because it's become second nature to you. So you don't really think about it, about what you're doing. It's, yeah, as I said, second nature, and that only comes from a lot of practice. Okay, so that's why I keep on saying all the time, practice, 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 and then yeah, you'll get really good. Okay, so that's just a quick one. So in the next one, you'll see how quick it is, just doing it straight off the bat without doing any sketch underneath or anything like that. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video.